What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to another unboxing showcase review. Look at what we got. We finally got this in. Surprisingly, they were shipping it out right away. I was not aware when I quote-unquote pre-ordered it, because that's what I thought I was doing. I thought I was pre-ordering this, but no, it was many people got it nearly the next day, because it shipped out really the next day. It was incredible. I was shocked. And then I finally got my shipping notice. I got it probably within 5 days, 6 days or so. So I'm still happy with it. This is still pretty cool to order something from HasbroPulse of all places when they made the announcement and then all of a sudden, boom, hey, it's already shipping. That's awesome. But this is cool because I'm very excited for the HasLab giant man. I am one who backed it. Of course, Marvel Legends is my thing, and this was absolutely one to pick up for me because of Wasp. This classic set of Avengers, as you can see on the back of the box, that's going to be incredible to put together. But of course, we're getting Hank too, which is crazy. But you guys know what we do here. We're going to unbox it, see what it looks like. I already did cut the tape. I did not open it yet, so I didn't test or check anything. So everything will be as is when we do. So let's see. Here we go. I love the style of the packaging from, you know, last year's Beyond Earth Mightiest. And it's funny because this is the first of this lineup that has the window packaging, if you think of it that way, because we had the windowless, no plastic packaging, the whole series that we got it. So there is that. That's actually pretty cool, the whole background. There, look at that. We have two new figures to play with. But let's unpackage this properly, get it all on the table, and look at everything closely. All right, guys, there we have it. We got everything out of the box. That was pretty tough. That Van Dyne head sculpt really stuck in there. You couldn't get that thing out. But everything looks good. Let's get a better, closer look. We're going to go over the accessories first and go over paint sculpt. All right, guys, first things first, accessories. I mean, right off the bat, this coat, lab coat. It's white. It's actually really nice. It's not too bad. It's simple in design. Very, very simple. Not really a lot of pleats that you can, you know, use, but they made it happen where the stitching is. The stitching is pretty thin because it is just, you know, a single stitch going through. I might be able to wire this. There could be a small enough gap in here that it could be wired. I don't know. I will attempt it, but I am not too sure, but at least it works. So when I'm talking about wire, it's not wired, so you can't really do much with it. It's just simple fabric. Here we go. The collar is there. Everything's good, as you can see. Could they have done more? Sure, I'm sure they could. But when do you ever get to see soft goods with Marvel Legends? Barely. You barely get to see soft goods, so I will take it. If this is, you know, our first go around with soft goods with Marvel Legends and maybe some more in the future, so be it. We'll work with it. But there you go. We have our lab coat. Now he does come with this set of hands first, so he does have a trigger hand on the right and then a fist on the left. And then his second set of hands, he's got basically these expressive hands, more like he's grabbing onto something, but what? I mean, it is more than likely he can hold the Quinjet, so to speak. So there is that. You could definitely do that, just like so. You see what I mean? You can insert it that way or on the other way. But yeah, and might as well. We have the Quinjet here. Quinjet, tiny as anything, but that's pretty awesome that we're getting to see this Quinjet in this tiny form. At least there's like 3 different colors on here, which makes it really nice. And the wheels are painted too, so yeah, there's a nice little accessory right there. He does come with a pair of flasks, which is actually very nice. It's got bluish tones for what's supposed to be inside it. It's not too bad, but there is more of like a foggy plastic type, so it's not exactly a clear, so it's not bad. It actually looks pretty good. It does have the holes at the top, so you can actually put the smoke effects if you wanted to, and of course the gripping hand very easily can hold that. This hand, nothing. You can't do anything with that. You can't hold it or whatsoever, so one hand to hold any of the flasks. And we do have this board. I don't know what to call this thing. It's like a computer board or something or other, but it can read data or something like that. This came with the, what is it? The AIM Scientist Supreme, as well as Valeria has one. So he could absolutely use this. I don't know if that's the top or if this is the top or something like that, but I'm going to assume you can hold it like this, and more than likely the color is the front of it versus the back of it, but it's not so bad. You could just definitely hold it like that. And he's got two different head sculpts, which is awesome, thank God, because we do need a masked head sculpt, which looks really good. This, wow man, the digital tech, the digital paint on here, incredible. Looks awesome. Very, very cool. Now, I didn't get the Avengers 5 pack from Amazon, so I don't have the Hank Pym in that like jumpsuit, so I don't have that to compare. But cool to have the Giant Man figure like this. The digital paint in this is absolutely phenomenal. It's so good. All right, and then with Janet, we do have a pair of fists. And then we have the expressive hands right here. So they, you know, they look good. And she has an alternate head, so this is wonderful. Look at the digital paint detail in the faces here. Wonderful. Look at the sculpt in the hair. Very, very nice. I love that. God, that looks so good. And nice little feature here. The microphone, you can actually move it. So this does rotate. So that's actually very nice. I won't have too much worry about it, but that's pretty cool. And then of course she has these wings. They are pretty much a white. They're just a white, no, not really. I mean, it's a little translucent, but not a lot, but they're just a white. It does have the sculpt in there that you can see. And then of course these small pegs, in which case we do have the pegs back here. So I'm not exactly sure if there's a left or a right one, but actually yes there is. So you could, this one is for the left, just based upon the sculpt of how, or the overlay of where these are. So you just want to make sure you put them in the right spot. One is smaller than the other, so you just want to follow and guide with that one. And inserting the wings, that is like a really, really tight and snug fit. So you want to make sure that it's somewhat in there all the way. It does feel like it can bend, so be careful of how you are articulating it, and you don't want to bend it too much. But there you go with the wings. Actually is awesome. Very, very nice. Looks great. I mean, you could put these together if you wanted to, and you could, since they are pegged in. Yeah, it's just pegged in right here. You could, I think I was told you could take, yeah, you can take it apart. So yeah, you can pop that out and just have the one wing if you wanted to. So that's not bad. That's a pretty cool feature. Let's go over paint and sculpt. And right off the bat, I don't know. I feel disappointed in this. And the reason why is because, you know, once you take off the jacket, you realize what body this is. And it's the Sunfire body just updated. Like pinless arms and pinless legs. And I look at it and I'm thinking to myself, well, why would they use the Sunfire body? Is Hank Pym this thin? Because the head just looks big compared to this body. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, now that, oh geez, now that I said that, let's take off the head and put on the masthead, which I'm trying not to bend the antenna, and I want to make sure I put it on and not ruin anything. So the head, come on, there you go. All right, I didn't hear a pop. That's why I was like wanting to make sure. So, okay, maybe with this head, the body doesn't look so bad. But then again, I look at it, I'm like, even from the, what was it called? The Avengers, you know, the West Coast Avengers 5-pack from Amazon. He has a big body, even though I don't have that figure, just from wearing that jumpsuit. And looking at this, I'm just like, why is it so thin? And I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if I feel as if this, they shouldn't have used this body. It's just weird to me. I mean, well, but we'll go over it. I mean, look at the paint sculpt. Everything is just merely painted, of course. All the blues onto the reds, the blacks onto the reds. It's all painted on there. It is, again, like I said, it's a Sunfire body. They just updated it. Everything is painted on pretty nicely. It all works where it's supposed to work, I guess. And we will go over that in articulation. The only thing really new, of course, is the head sculpt, which the head sculpt is phenomenal. That's a great head sculpt. Not bad at all. Paint are done very well too. There's really no splotches. There might be a little like specks of dots right there, but nothing too bad. And on the back here, there's just some missed areas, which is the back, and it's in the butterfly joint anyway, so it's not too bad. I mean, oh, look at that. That's pretty bad. That's a bad one right there. That really got like chewed up somewhere in here. But oh well, it's in the back. I'm not gonna really complain too much about that, but it's a sour spot right there. Yeah, I mean, here you could see it's red over the blue, which sucks because you can see the discolor, the different colors in the red to this red, the red plastic over red paint, because they're painting over blue plastic. So yeah, it is what it is, because the mere fact that they just decided to take this body, even though they updated it as pinless. I don't know. I'm ranting too much. I don't know. I just feel as if this body might be too small. But that's just me. Let me know. The difference with Wasp, my God. This is so much better. Look at the sculpt on this thing. Look at the paint. It's so damn good. It's... the face is, of course, I'm so infatuated with the face. The face looks great. Such a good job. Very, very well done. Everything else, I mean, this is a whole new torso. You can see with that. Arms and legs are pinless, which is still very nice. We definitely always need to have arms and legs pinless. But damn, this is still very, very good. I think the wings have been done before. Even so, I mean, what else can you really change? But it's nice to see. This is a skirt piece that they added on. So this is basically like the newer female body. So it all works out. We got red paint over the black, but the red actually looks very good because, I mean, it's black, so it's still okay. But not too bad. Everything looks really, really good. The W looks good. Yeah, their sculpt on this is great. Paint is phenomenal. Awesome job. Okay, quickly, articulation. I mean, we have the head side to side. Can look up and down, of course. There is slight tilt, but it's still not too bad. We have our butterfly joint. We have the upper bicep swivel and the double jointed pinless elbows, which is nice, of course. We have the ab crunch forward and back, waist swivel, upper thigh cut, double jointed knee. Ooh, it's kind of frozen a little bit, at least on this one. What about this one? I'll probably have to heat up the rest of it. But yeah, double jointed knee, pinless, and of course a boot swivel with the ankle going up and back and your pivot. So this, I kind of popped that out, I guess, because of, yeah. Oh man, there's another, god damn it. Crazy. We will definitely heat that up. That's unfortunate. I'll have to just fix that down the line. But that's your articulation. And then of course with the Wasp, we do have hinges on the back of, or on the wings itself, so they can move forward and back, starting with the head, of course, left and right. Is there any tilt? Oh, there's beautiful tilt on this. That's awesome. Looking up, this is, oh, it's a dumbbell joint. Okay, so it's not a hinge, but you can look down, you can look up. Pretty good. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. We have the elbow that can go pretty much 90, upper bicep, as well as a pinless double jointed elbow. Beautiful. Beautiful. She can touch her own head. That's great. This is the drawback, I guess, because there is a waist swivel, but it is a ball waist though. That's the beautiful thing. It is a ball waist, but it is so hindered. Like, I don't know what kind of, I don't know how much range or what the cut is on the inside, because going back, that's as far as it goes. And God forbid, you know, forward, she's not going forward. That's as far as it's going to go. Legs out to there, upper thigh cut, and of course a double jointed knee. There is, I don't think females ever had any boot swivel, but your feet have the pivot up and back. There you go. There is your articulation. All right, guys, height wise, they are both really at 6, just a little bit above 6.25, not to the 6.5, almost there. Even with the point on Janet's head, I mean, that basically reaches the top of Giant Man's head, but that is how tall they are. And with comparisons, of course, I'm going to get this out of the way. So here's Sunfire right there. Look at that. Same exact body, exact same body. But of course, this one has pins because we've seen this quite some times. Pretty much the same. Now, I can understand Sunfire being in this size body, but there's some reason, I don't know why, it bothers me Ant-Man is in that same body. Like I said, you tell me. And here we have Ultron. And here's our Captain America. I do have Quake with me. And here's our Iron Man. And of course, here's the Hulk. Jesus, I mean, that's pretty damn big. And here is my Ant-Man and my Wasp that I have on my shelf. So definitely, it's cool to replace this Wasp, even though this Wasp is still a good Wasp in some regards. The new articulations, everything, newer sculpt is so much better. But then when I looked at this Ant-Man, when I picked it off my shelf, I was like, oh my God, it's a Sunfire body. But this Ant-Man makes sense to me with this Sunfire body. I mean, of all things, when they made this Ant-Man, which sucks that they didn't update the arms and legs on this because it's still pinned versus this new Giant Man that is pinless. So I guess it's all right, but there's a part, maybe it's just the head's too big. I don't know. I know that at least this head seemed too big for this body, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I guess I'm just a little crazy in regards to it. But man, what an improvement over the Wasp figure. And you can see me holding, I can't stand her up for the life of me at the moment. But such an improvement. Look at the difference. It's so good. Now this of course is the newest Ant-Man, which I do like that a lot. So you know we're gonna get a newer one now, considering this is still pinned, but hey, I'm glad we have this 2-pack. This is still really good. All right guys, last thing, I put his coat back on because maybe you could see it, maybe you can't, but I did wire it. I had some extra floral wire right here, and I was able to just insert it into the channels where the stitches are, kind of like what I did with the G.I. Joe Classified Series Serpentor's cape. And Mindbenders, by the way. So you can see here that I had wired it perfectly fine. Looks good. I can get a nice flowy cape out of it like that. I could do something like that if I wanted to. So you could definitely try it. It might be a little bit difficult. You may want to cut certain areas to do so, but it can be done. So I wired my lab coat. Not too bad. I think it'll look much better. All right, guys, there you have it. There is my unboxing showcase review for the new Marvel Legends Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest set, which is crazy. They brought that back specifically for this set, but this is for the Hank Pym Giant Man and the Janet Van Dyne Wasp. such a great looking set for your classic Avengers, and I think it will go very well if you are doing your classic Avengers, and I think it's going to work out very, very well, especially for my collection, which is why I purchased it, and of course, of all things, why I also have the HasLab Giant Man coming as well. But these two have some shortcomings, of course, especially with Giant Man. I just feel like that body could have been a different body, but I mean, hell, what we got was what we got. I think it's better that the good thing is that they updated the body, so it's still really nice. Adding the extra wires into the jacket actually does help out a lot. I like it a lot more, so that does help. And the Wasp, man, the Wasp is by far the best thing out of this box set, or this 2-pack. The Wasp is incredible. I really do like the figure. Yes, it has some limitations in the waist for that ab crunch, but maybe that's something we can do to fix that over time. But this is awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear you. Tell me what you think about the figures. So make sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon, and I hope to see you on the next hunt.